Hi friends, this is Selvajan here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good and safe. And today let us discuss about totally not so stubby area. So what is totally not so stubby area? It will only share type 1 and type 2 LSA. Type 1 is a router LSA which is generated within the area. So type 2 is generated by a DR in a multi-access environment. So only type 1 and type 2 LSA it will allow. So it will block totally the type 3 LSA. That is a LSA from other areas. That is a ABR generator type 3 LSA. It also block the type 3 and type 4 and type 5 LSA is a type 5 LSA is an external LSA. That is a, from a non-OSPF domain. So this area blocks the type 3, type 4 and the type 5 LSA. So it will allow only type 1 and type 2 LSA. So let us go to the configuration and let us quickly configure the OSPF routing and all these three routers. So let us go to the configuration mode and router OSPF 100. So it is connected to the network 192.168.168.1.0 followed by 0.0.0.55 which is in area 0, right? So this is an area 0. Similar way, so let us configure ABR. So ABR has two interfaces, right? So go to ABR and configuration mode. So router OSPF 100 and network is just two interfaces 192.168.1.0 0.0.0.25, that is a wildcard mask, followed by it resides in area 0, and area 1 it is 2.0, right? 2.0 network which resides in area 1. Similar way, let us go to R3. So R2 I configure 1.0 and 2.0 network and R3 2.0 network, right? So let us go to R3 and let us define the network. Router OSPF 100 and the network is 192.168.2.0, so which resides in area 0, area 1, right? That is I'm going to configure as a totally not so stubby area. So I configure this one. So now let us directly redistribute the subnets. So this R3 I define the loopback interface. Show IP interface brief. So I define the loopback address as 3.3.3. I'm going to redistribute this R3 I considered as an autonomous system boundary router, which is used to redistribute the external routes, non-OSPF route into the OSPF domain, right? So let us go to configuration mode, router OSPF 100. Let us redistribute the connected subnets. Okay, so I have done that. So now let us see the routing table. Show IP route OSPF. Before that, let us check the OSPF neighbor relationship, right? So it is already established a neighbor relationship. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Similar way, let us go to R2 as also established. It is from loading to full. It is already synchronized, right? So the LSDB database already synchronized. Show IP OSPF neighbor, right? So it's already established. Similarly, go to R3 and let us check the neighbor. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Similar way, let us check the routing table. Show IP route OSPF. So it has the inter area route, that is a route from other areas. Still I have not configured the totally NSSA, right? So I'm going to configure the totally NSSA. So before that, let us check the topology database. How to check? Show IP OSPF database. Show IP OSPF database. So let us check the database. What are the routes it contains? It contains the type 5 LSA, right? Type 5 LSA is the redistributed on the external route, that is type 5 LSA, and it also contains the summary LSA. Summary LSA is nothing but is generated by R2. So normally R1 will generate a router LSA. When it comes to R2, it will generate a type 3 LSA. It is a LSA which contains the summarization for all these areas. It contains the networks for area 0 and area 1. So this generator type 3 LSA and it push into area 1. So there's a container reasons. Type 1 LSA, there's a router LSA. Type 2 LSA is generated by the router, right? And that is a DR. It is generated with DR, that is we call it as a netlink state. And third thing is type 3 LSA, that is generated the summary LSA, that is generated by R2, right? That is an ABR LSA that it contains network 192.168.1.0, right? So this netlink state is always remember it is a DR LSA. So it is generated by DR. So for this area 1 DR is 2.1, right? So you are able to see 2.1, and type 5 is generated by external LSA, that is a non-OSPF domain, that is a loopback address, right? So now let us go and configure the not so stubby area, router OSPF 100. So let us enable area 1 NSSA. So always keep it in mind, for totally not so stubby area, I have to configure this as a no summary. Why means it will block the total summary type 3 LSA also. So let us go to R2, go to the configuration mode, router OSPF 100. area 1 NSSA. Let us do no summary. So this what it does, it also it also already blocking type 3 and type 4 and type 5 LSA. It also block the type 3 LSA, that is a LSA from other areas. Type 3 LSA also it will block. That is the main purpose I'm putting as no summary. So now let us see the routing information in OSPF. Show IP route OSPF. So now you're able to see it contains only a default route. So it's already working, right? So that means it is blocking the type 3, type 4 and also type 5 LSA, and it is contains only a default route. That default route is used to reach the external networks, right? So that is the main purpose, or not totally not so stub area. So it allows type 1 LSA, type 2 LSA, but it is allowing the type 3 LSA, type 4 and type 5 LSA also. So now let us check the show IP OSPF database. So we're able to see the type 7 LSA. Why type 7 LSA also? If the ASBR R3 ASBR exists within the totally NSSA, so it generates a special type of LSA, what we call it as a type 7 LSA. That is the reason I'm seeing the database as type 7 LSA, right? So let us see the routing table. Show IP route OSPF. So it contains only the default route to reach external networks. That means it is blocking the type 1, type 2 and the type 3 LSE. And the last video is shown about not so stub area. So that contains the routing information like inter area route, right? That's a route from other area. But this is totally blocking all the LSE and it contains only the default LSE. That's the inter area route. That's the default route it contains to reach the external network. That is O star IA is nothing but a default route to reach the external networks. So that is the main purpose of totally not so stub area. It allows type 1 and type 2 LSA, and it block the type 3, type 4 and the type 5 LSA. So keep it in mind, type 3 and type 4 are the summary LSA, type 5 LSA generated by an external route, right? So it block type 3, type 4 and the type 5 LSA. So it contain only the router and the network LSA. That is the main purpose of totally not so stubby area. I hope you understood. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.